PredictIt Pod in Peru, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to ask anybody anything about their political views. That's a hard subject to approach in terms of tourism. But I have been in Lima. We were in Lima for just like one day,
Okay.
basically, and now I've been in Paracas for 2 days. What I've learned, it's pretty rural country.
Yeah. Big time.
Lots of farming.
Yep.
I actually did look up one political party. We were driving from Lima to Paracas, and I looked up, what was it called? It was called FREPAP,
Yep.
FREPAP. And they're just the top headline was they're the Agrarian Fundamentalist Christian Political Party. So that that was they had a good symbol. I think it was like a fish, a nice fish. Um,
That
so
makes
that was
sense.
interesting. Yeah. And then also the drive from the airport to Lima was like driving through I don't know, any like crazy, it felt like slummish. There were
Yeah,
very
sure.
tiny
Yep.
brick buildings with kind of nothing going on, crazy traffic. And then you get to Lima and it's like a European city. It
Yeah.
feels like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it felt like a mix of Tel Aviv and San Francisco, and the drive. It was pretty crazy. So that's my report on Peru so far.
That's great. I mean, I think there's a couple of Michelin starred restaurants in Lima. I mean, I had this, when I was trying to make it as a soccer player, I moved to Berlin, and I had a coach who was Peruvian, and
Oh,
I was
nice.
like, I knew nothing, obviously,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
the food he used to cook for us all the time, and the food was amazing, and
Yep. Yep.
it's like really that stuck with me of just like it was like comfort food, but make it South American, like so it's a little bit of
Yeah.
spicy, using chicken a lot, like
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think they used
Yeah. I've been impressed.
yeah.
Everywhere. And this hotel in Paracas, the other place we went to a Nikkei restaurant. Every single place we've been, the food has been really really good. So
Yeah.
that's all you want from a culture, right? You just want good food. I feel
Yeah.
like that's that's the
Warm hug.
minimum.
You need that warm
Yeah.
hug.
Exactly. So I've been very very satisfied, very satiated.
Very good. Very good. I think that actually one of the things is guinea pig is one of the dishes.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll
You're good?
pass.
You pass? Okay.
I don't need like rodent right now. I don't need rodent. And speaking of hantavirus, we were just popping around. We were kind of bird watching because I guess there are just like a lot of cool birds around there. We were seeing penguins and sea lions.
Yep.
And we were going to these like essentially what are just bird islands where they just crap all over the islands, and then they like scoop up the crap and they use it for fertilizer. And the guy also
Aha.
said they use the nitrogen filled poop for potentially bombs. It seemed like he kind of implied it, but he didn't.
Oh,
So it was a very interesting process there. And they were like, yeah, we only harvest the poop like every 6, 7 years. Yeah, it was cool. I got some great videos
it's
and
gotta
stuff.
mature. It's gotta mature.
Yeah, it's got to mature. Yeah, and I smelled it. It was
It was
pretty ripe.
mature.
It, oh, but yeah, no, it was beautiful. It was very very nice. But I've been staying on top of my things. I don't know. People
Okay.
yell at me like, go enjoy your vacation,
Oh
yada
yeah,
yada.
yeah.
But I do know that Kevin Warsh was confirmed with
He was?
54 votes.
Yes,
We said 54.
we
We
did.
we called it once again. We said 54 was definitely worth something, and I think it was like 3 cents the day before.
Yeah,
So you got to listen to us,
you
okay? We
do.
know what we're talking about. 54. It was beautiful. So that was cool. what else has happened since I've been out? I know.
Trump went
Oh,
to China.
I did enjoy the handshake line down the line of Xi, seeing everybody, and then he kind of like looked at Stephen Miller really funky, or I couldn't get the vibe on. He like liked everybody, and then he kind of got to Stephen Miller, and he had some kind of a way about him. He's very straight faced, Xi, but like
Yeah.
there was something you could just read it off of him. And then I saw that Trump went on Hannity, and Hannity really pressed him to say anything bad about China or Xi, and
Yep.
he kind of wouldn't.
Nope.
This feels very art of the dealish because he's looking to get a trade deal, and
Big
he doesn't
time.
want to say anything bad. So it's an interesting situation when he's pretty much exclusively railed against China, except when he goes there and they treat him well and he wants to get a trade deal. So
Yeah. I mean, I like the headline from Axios. It was Trump aims to defy gravity with Beijing friendship and summit. It's like, it's just kind of brilliant. I mean, but
it is brilliant.
it's so Trump in such, in like, in a nutshell.
It's so Trump. Look, the CPI was released, and I guess jobs. No, it was inflation numbers.
Inflation numbers, yeah, on
Uh,
Tuesday.
and they're pretty bad. So I think if he does get a trade deal in China, it would actually help him out a lot. So I kind of get it.
Yeah, totally.
Inflation is not good right now,
No,
and it's funny because he's sending Kevin Warsh to lower interest rates. Are they gonna raise them? Like I think
it's
there's a
probably gonna
high.
have to. I mean, at this rate, I mean, what is it? The CPI was at 3.8 and producer
Yeah.
inflation was at 6.
Yep.
Gas
Exactly.
is over
Really,
at
really ugly
450
numbers.
this week,
Yep.
national
Yeah,
average.
almost. Gas is up 28.4% year over year, and just food is up almost 1%, 0.7% month over month. It's the biggest since August 2024.
Hmm.
And I don't know if we remember what happened 2 years later, but it didn't really work out for that administration.
No,
So
no,
I just keep wondering, how is he going to squirm out of these things? Like the approval averages are insane.
exactly.
It's like Pac-Man
They
at
just
this
keep
point.
going down. They just keep going down. Keep going down.
It's it's really a rough go of it, but
It's,
maybe a Chinese trade deal will save him. I can't really picture how that works out for him.
no,
And then he still has not endorsed anybody in Texas, just to make a
no.
quick pivot. Nothing in Texas yet. I think Texas is super interesting because the polls that you read, even with an endorsement of either candidate, it doesn't really move anything. You don't know that's true until it is, right? That's one of those
It's true.
questions that you can ask, but
Yep.
until it actually happens. And I think Paxton's running away with this. I saw the most recent poll has Paxton up 8 points. You basically either see Cornyn up a point or 2 points, or you see Paxton up 5 points, 8 points.
I
So
mean,
if you're
I mean,
reading the tea leaves,
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, Paxton's up to 82 cents right now. He's up 17 cents in the last hour. You know,
wow.
it reads like it should be Paxton, even if that's the wrong choice, if you will, for
Hmm.
Republicans. Um, you know, I think it's a little bit like the Cassidy situation in Louisiana for tomorrow.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the Trump voter trying to give Trump the candidate he wants in any race. And
yep,
like Cassidy's running into the thing where there's no jungle primary anymore. So he can't get saved by Democrats or independents. And
right,
Cornyn, what have you done for me lately? You know, your bona fides just aren't there for the
yeah.
Trump vote. So does he pummel him with money like he did in the first primary and squeak it out? Or, you know, how does this play out in the end?
I will say, if you can, I see you can get Cornyn at 21 cents. That's
Mm-hmm.
probably where I'd start to buy him. I think I'd stop buying him at 30 cents, but
Yeah,
20 cents for an incumbent,
right.
and it's gonna be a weird turnout day. It's the day after Memorial Day. I like Cornyn at 20 25 cents, something like that, but
I think
yeah, this is pretty 80 cents for Paxton already. That feels
seems
pretty
seems
high.
seems very high, and I think you hit the nail on the head with the post Memorial Day turnout question. I mean, even turnout was relatively low in the first round, and that went towards Cornyn's liking. Um,
Right.
you know, Trump not endorsing it smells of like, all right, Senate Leadership Committee, I'll let you have this one. There's no reason. I think my guy will still pull it out, type thing. And like, it's kind of a win-win for him, but like, because he's then more likely to win or keep the seat so they can spend the money elsewhere. Not that Trump necessarily
Hmm.
thinks this way
Hmm.
in such a focused manner as
Right.
we analyze these races. But it's like I don't know. It's just Paxton just seems like Obama's already come in on Talrico this week and
Yep.
endorsed
Yep. I wanted to mention that.
Talrico, and so the Democrats are lining it up. They're getting their ducks in a row the way they should, and yeah, I don't know. Post Memorial Day though.
So, so it's funny. When does Trump cut over and start actually hitting the campaign trail? Because we were told that months ago that he's going to act like this is he's on the ballot. But he's still in China. He's still dealing with Iran. He still cares about Venezuela being the 51st state. When does he cut over and hit the campaign trail? I guess it's probably in September, like post.
That's too late though.
I know. I
I
know
mean,
you're
I
right.
mean, obviously he's going to be very occupied in July for the whole 250th anniversary of America and
Right,
promoting
right.
Americanness, and maybe that's part of
He's
his
got a
plan.
UFC fight to pitch, so
Well, that
he's
too.
got to like figure.
I mean, I don't know. It's a great question. I mean, there's been several articles in multiple newspapers, from the Hill to the Wall Street Journal to I think even the AP talking about the discomfort on Capitol Hill for Republicans sitting there going, well, when are we going to start focusing on the midterms? Where is the cavalry, right? And I don't have a good answer for you. I mean, we're still in Iran. We're still China's taken up this week. Um, you know, he's not happy about the tariff ruling from the Court of International Trade, that's basically tying his hands. You know,
Hmm.
uh, he's got a reconciliation bill that should be working its way through. There's
Hmm.
countless other bills that I know that they're working on. You've had conversations about war powers. That's come back into the
Yeah,
conversation this week.
let's discuss that because 212 to 212, an even split on
Yeah,
war powers. You had one lone Democrat flipping. That's what is it? Jared from
Golden,
Maine.
Golden.
Yeah, Jared Golden. Thank you,
Yeah,
Jared Golden from Maine. The lone flipper to make it 212 to 212.
yeah,
That feels like a deal, right? There must be a deal there where the Republicans flip because they want to act like they're trying to keep Trump in check, and they're probably fighting for their lives in the next reelection. And then Jared Golden is kind of the same way, but opposite, right? It's too even. It's too perfect in the House. When are you ever going to have a perfect trade like that? So I think there was probably a deal there.
yeah. I get back to this like, it's fun to watch the news cycle and with Trump being in Beijing for the last 2 days, you know, where has been that conversation about Iran? I mean, this is the headline from the Wall Street Journal right now. Hormuz gloom weighs on stock futures. I mean,
Hmm.
nobody's talking about a peace deal. They're just saying, well, it's just kind of gloomy over there. I mean, the entire narrative, Iran, 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 is now quiet because Trump's in China. And
Hmm.
at what point does it flip back? And where are they going with the war powers? I mean, what good does it do? Are we still having a peace conversation so that we can? And then what about the tax holiday for gas tax holiday that was
Yeah.
also floated at the beginning of this week? And,
Hmm.
the fervor over that, what Republicans had said before versus what Republicans are trying to do now to help themselves in midterms, and positioning wise. So yeah, you're right about the
Yeah.
trades, but how does the matrix work? Where is this going, and what does it really mean?
I think the gas tax must be inevitable
Yeah.
because Republicans love to cut taxes,
Yeah.
and it'd be hard for the Democrats to wiggle their way out of voting for this gas tax holiday
Right.
because they're trying to be all about affordability.
Exactly. Cost of
So
living.
it seems like a slam dunk. I don't
Yeah.
even think, yeah, I think that will happen.
Yeah.
I guess the question is when will that happen?
Right.
If maybe if it's the Fed meets in like mid-June. So I'm curious if they raise rates and then Congress responds with this gas tax holiday.
Yeah.
Is it until gas prices rise?
Five
Is it
dollars. I mean, is $5 the number that everybody goes, ooh, this is really bad?
I'm not even convinced that it will get to $5. It seems like we're at a stasis here. What was really interesting is Trump floated that China was going to buy oil from us,
Yeah.
and that was pretty interesting. And you mentioned the markets. The stock market does not care about any of this. They
No.
have been happy-go-lucky for now 2.5, 3+ weeks,
Yep.
and things are flying quick.
Yep.
And I think investors are getting a little bit nervous at how easily things are flying past. You hear you hear the same names saying, "Oh, better watch out for that bubble," but you hear the institutional guys who are just making so much money right now saying, "Don't worry about it. The economy's great."
Yep.
So you definitely, if you're the Republicans, you might want to cool things down a little bit in a way. That maybe
Yeah.
that's why the gas tax is not really going to go through because Republicans might say, maybe we should just kind of leave things as they
Cooler
are and
jets.
not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I do think the Fed is going to raise rates, which will ripple through, and maybe that will kind of keep the markets in check.
Right.
But the war powers thing, the traders don't think war powers are coming at all. Got
No.
3% on the Senate side and 11%. There was a bump yesterday to 11%, I guess, after seeing how close it was. But you got to think there probably is another Republican that might flip. The only three Republicans are flipping there. You've got I can name a few Republicans that need to look like they are keeping Trump in check to actually keep their jobs come November.
Yeah.
So Mike Lawler comes to mind for me in general, but and Jared Golden's clearly going to do his thing. He's
Sure.
always been
Always
kind
has.
of pro war here, but it's really really curious that it's only at 11% on the House side.
Yeah.
I sort of think that might be a solid buy at 11 cents. Just the House. I don't really expect the Senate to the votes to be there in the Senate, but if the House is willing to go 212,
Yeah.
they seem very organized though. Like I said, I think that was a deal struck. I think it easily could have just been 215 to 211. I'm not doing this math right, but they're doing the math right in the House, and that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Anything else you got? I just want to remind the listeners here that we're switching days that we're posting. I want to capture the post-election days, so we're actually going to switch over to Wednesdays after Memorial Day, so there'll be kind of a prolonged break here. I'm gonna have Lawrence Hillman on. We're gonna discuss how astrology in politics is going to influence or maybe give you some insight into what's going to happen. This has been a discussed topic slightly. We've discussed Nostradamus, but we've never gotten a professional astrologist here. So we're getting a professional on, and I'm going to ask him all the questions. I think we're going to have it loaded up, and it's practical archetypal astrology that we're going to review and see what's in the cards for Trump, what's in the cards for Republicans, what's in the cards for Democrats. Maybe we can get some read on 2028. I don't know what astrology brings. I'm kind of out of my boots here. Garth, I don't know if you want to join that. You're welcome to. If you have any questions for Lawrence.
I may. Though I might be in Italy that week, so enjoying the sun as
then
you're
forget about
enjoying the weather in Peru. But this concept of reading the true tea leaves is definitely it's interesting. I mean, prediction markets take in a lot of data, and who's to say what data is better than other data? I mean,
exactly.
If it
makes you money, who cares?
Exactly.
Who cares? So if it's the stars, if it's the tea leaves, if it's the polling, if it's the fundraising,
it's the guy at the corner store who's got a hunch, or his brother knows somebody.
Totally. All right. So I guess catch us in about 10 days with Lawrence Hillman, and everyone enjoy your lead up to Memorial Day, and Garth, you enjoy Italy.
Likewise. Enjoy Peru.
All right. Amazing. Thanks, everyone.
See ya.